Alright guys, welcome back to another video from us. Unfortunately this time not necessarily close to any river or whitewater, but rather out of the guest room at my dad's place. Obvious reasons given, there's not too much traveling and kayaking going on at the moment. Either way, it is 2020 for a while now. The season in theory is about to kick off here real soon and new pieces of gear arrived at the house. And today I want to talk about a few pieces of gear which I think are key, I really enjoy using, and I want to talk to you why that is. But without any further talk, let's jump straight into some shots of the gear. This is my favorite piece of gear when it comes to keeping me warm whilst being active on the water. Reasons why I like this thing: the lower seam under the arm, as to be seen here, is quite amazing, quite clever way to solve this problem that when you're moving around, you're kayaking and you lift your arms quite a bunch. Obviously the fleece moves all over the show. Implementing a low cut under the arms really helps with that shirt moving up when you lift your arm. I think that's quite clever and nifty, and yeah, I do quite like the fact of that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to be my favorite piece of gear to keep me warm throughout the season. But move on to the next one, let's go. Secondly, the new NRS Ninja PFD. This thing will be amazing for any river where it won't be full on scary big old whitewater class 5, but maybe something more easier or less dangerous, some big water runs. This is going to be amazing for the Zambezi. This is going to be the ultimate PFD for me there. I do like the Zen PFD, but it definitely can get that bulky feel at times when you carry Prusiks and beaners and this and that, a knife, earplugs, mouth guard, you're like a warrior suit, you're ready to go do some crazy stuff. But when you want to downscale the kayaking, not the fun but the great, this will be my favorite piece of gear to use. I feel so lightweight wearing this. I have such a good ability to extend my arms, move my shoulders, and there's nothing in the way, nothing's blocking me from moving all over the show. So that's been really nice, and I'm really stoked on this piece of gear. It does still carry that front porch, so I am able to carry some small stuff. I always bring earplugs just to save my ears. Usually mostly carry a knife too, so that will still have space in here, but it's just gonna be that lightweight, silky, smooth feeling on the water. Last but not least, dry suit. Same as always, I got the blue front zip entry NRS Crux dry suit. I've been using this thing for the last year and a half. I've been loving it. I first was kind of skeptical about the front entry, to be honest with you, because I always just was wearing the back zips, but after I've been using it for a while, I realized that I do prefer this way of zipping my dry suit. There's just so many situations where it's just really handy to have a front zip. I mean, easiest example is if you're walking to a river and it's quite some distance, you don't necessarily want to put on all your gear when you start to walk. I have a way easier time just wearing this halfway and just tying a knot with the arms around my waist and preventing it from slipping down, especially if the Velcro is all done up, compared to a dry suit where the zip's on the back. I have been enjoying the ease of just being able to close it myself. I mean, you can definitely close the back zip yourself, but it might not be the best for the zip itself, and it's also more of a pain in the ass. Besides that, I've been loving the fact that it's so lightweight. I don't know why and how, this dry suit is definitely way less heavy than the other ones I've been using beforehand. So even though I'm like in a dry suit, I'm like ready for war, like fully zipped up, suited up, I still have that like lightweight floating feeling whilst being on the water, which I think is my favorite type of feeling on the water. Just like floating and feeling light. I love it. I try to get into that like flow whenever I can, and the dry suit's definitely been a thing which can prevent from getting into that zone, just because it's heavy. There's every material everywhere. With a dry suit which is not cut or fitting that well, you might have some extra spare material under your arms or around your waist, stuff like that. But all that's been pretty good with this dry suit for me. So yeah, I really been liking it, and I am sure this thing is gonna do me just as well for the next season. Those 3 items I wanted to talk about today. I mean, obviously there's way more. Obviously I do have the full range of gear, but I just feel like those 3 items are pieces of gear which might have not been appreciated to its full extent yet, and I think they're awesome. I think they're definitely worth considering when you're looking at what's new, what's on the market. I'm a big fan, honestly, but in the end of the day, it all comes down to like how tall you are, what your build is, if it fits you or not, if you like it or not, honestly. So whenever people ask me like, what gear should I buy? Is this good? Is that good? What should I get? Obviously, since I am affiliated, I always say this disclaimer, like, in the end of the day, you just have to go in the shop, ideally, put on some pieces, just try and see for yourself, see how you like it, especially how you like it after a little bit. You know, you might put on that fancy dry top you think looks awesome in the shop, but after 10 minutes of wearing, you might realize that there's like a seam somewhere around the neck area which you'll find really annoying all of a sudden, or that gasket on that wrist is just a tad too tight and it's kind of like stopping your blood from being able to circulating, stuff like that. So you just have to try and see it for yourself. But those 3 pieces high up on my list of recommendations, they fit me really well, which is the most important thing, and I like them. Yeah, so obviously not that much kayaking happening in this video today. Hopefully there will be some kayaking in the foreseeable forecast, but I mean, right now I think we have bigger issues to tackle as a team of everyone, and obviously I'm looking forward to be on the water again, but I do accept this situation. I try to do my best to make sure I do not spread any virus if I have one, or prevent myself from catching it. And yeah, all I can say is I'm really stoked to get back on the water again soon. There's not too much going on here back home. I've been doing some home workouts, been going running, trying to learn a bunch on the old YouTube tutorials when it comes to video editing and stuff. Just you know, trying to grow at least a little bit every day. And hopefully we're all gonna come out of this in a few months or weeks time better, stronger, and more clever than before. And even if not, that's okay. There will be sun and summer afterwards. There will be kayaking afterwards. We'll get through this together, and I'm really looking forward to that time to come. I hope you all stay healthy, and I'll see you either on this channel or on the water. Stay safe.